Have you ever wondered why some of the most intelligent people seem to live quietly on the edges of the world? Why the minds capable of understanding everything so deeply often struggle to belong anywhere? It isn't arrogance, it isn't superiority, it's a different rhythm of perception. Intelligent people notice too much, feel too strongly, think too far beyond the surface where most social life happens. They don't reject the world, they just find it hard to stay inside its narrow frame. Their solitude isn't chosen out of pride, but out of necessity. A survival strategy for minds that never stop observing. If you're interested in understanding human behavior, psychology, and the deeper patterns behind emotion, make sure to subscribe and join in for more videos like this one. Intelligence is not a measure of facts stored. It's awareness, and awareness can be heavy. When you see motives before they're spoken, when you notice every small inconsistency in tone or expression, social life becomes a complex puzzle. Most people bond through shared illusions, small talk, gossip, comfortable half-truths. The intelligent person can't fully participate because they can't unsee what they see. They sense the performance behind sincerity and the contradictions behind ideals. Pretending not to notice becomes exhausting. Carl Jung wrote, "Loneliness does not come from having no people around you, but from being unable to communicate the things that seem important to you." That sentence summarizes the invisible barrier, the inability to share what truly matters without oversimplifying it. The result is a quiet withdrawal, not bitterness, fatigue. For the highly intelligent, thoughts rarely end where they begin. A simple comment can spiral into a philosophical problem. A minor disappointment triggers an entire reflection on human expectations. Joy itself invites analysis. Why does it fade so quickly? Depth is a gift, but it isolates. The deeper you think, the fewer people you meet there. Many relationships survive on lightness and rhythm. Intelligent minds prefer stillness and meaning. Conversations that drift only on the surface feel like trying to breathe through glass. At gatherings, they smile, they contribute, they even laugh. But inside, they observe patterns. Who needs approval? Who avoids silence? Who hides insecurity behind confidence? They connect mentally but remain emotionally detached because true contact demands equal vulnerability. That is rare. The more you understand people, the harder it becomes to hate them, and the harder it becomes to connect with them. You see their pain, their defenses, their masks. You know that anger hides fear, that arrogance hides shame. Compassion grows, but common ground shrinks. Understanding dissolves judgment, yet relationships often rely on shared judgments to bond. When you refuse to gossip or take sides, you become neutral, and neutrality makes people uneasy. They can't read you. They call you detached or cold. Nietzsche once said, "Those who were seen dancing were thought insane by those who could not hear the music." The intelligent hear a subtler rhythm, honest, quiet, unhurried, and the crowd's beat often feels chaotic. Intelligent people reflect constantly. They replay interactions not to regret them, but to decode them. They question motives, both others and their own. It's not anxiety, it's habit. The mind folding back on itself like a mirror. But this relentless self-examination has a cost. Most people prefer comfort over clarity. They don't want to be seen too clearly, even by themselves. The intelligent person becomes a mirror others avoid. Being around them feels like exposure, too revealing, too honest. So others drift away politely, while the intelligent remain wondering why sincerity often repels. The truth is simple. Awareness changes the emotional temperature of every room. Not everyone enjoys that climate. With time, intelligent people learn to value peace more than excitement. They understand that emotional stability is not boredom, but health. They no longer chase the highs of chaos. They prefer predictability, calm, rhythm. Yet modern relationships are fueled by friction. Many social groups depend on gossip, competition, minor conflict, the tiny storms that make people feel alive. Remove that drama, and the energy fades. When the intelligent stop engaging in games, conversations lose spark for others. Peace becomes expensive. Emotional maturity leads to emotional solitude. They outgrow chaos, but sometimes miss its warmth. They know drama is poison, yet loneliness can taste just as bitter. People assume that intelligent individuals are complex. In truth, most crave simplicity. Simple love, simple peace, simple honesty. What they fear is pretense, not difficulty. They want conversations without hidden agendas, affection without calculation, moments that require no performance. But in a culture built on image and stimulation, simplicity looks suspicious. Directness is misread as bluntness. Silence is mistaken for judgment. So they retreat again, choosing quiet authenticity over noisy acceptance. Better solitude than self-betrayal. Their calm minimalism is a form of rebellion against a world addicted to distraction. When an intelligent person connects, they connect completely. They listen with focus, absorb details, empathize deeply. That intensity scares them because they know how easily they can dissolve into another's emotions. To protect themselves, they build boundaries, not walls, but filters. They filter noise, shallowness, manipulation. The result is selective connection, few relationships, but profound ones. However, those same filters sometimes block warmth and spontaneity, safe but lonely, free but unseen. They may appear reserved, but beneath that restraint lies a capacity for devotion few will ever experience. When such a person finally meets a kindred spirit, the bond feels almost sacred. But kindred spirits are rare, and often temporary visitors rather than lifelong companions. At a certain depth, loneliness turns philosophical. The intelligent begin to see solitude as the natural price of consciousness. They realize that most people don't want truth. They want reassurance. They don't seek understanding. They seek comfort. To wake up is to walk away from the dreamers, not in superiority, but in necessity. And once awake, you can't easily go back to sleep. Yet there is quiet beauty here. The intelligent find company in ideas, art, and nature. Books become conversations. The night sky becomes a friend. The mind, once restless, becomes a companion instead of an enemy. It's not resignation, it's adaptation. A maturity that replaces crowd noise with inner dialogue. Loneliness, when faced without denial, becomes transformation. It sharpens attention, fuels creativity. builds self-reliance. History's greatest minds, Newton, Kant, Marie Curie, Kafka, all worked in extended solitude. They turned absence of company into presence of thought. Psychology supports this. Solitude enhances creative cognition and self-concept clarity. When external validation fades, intrinsic motivation rises. The intelligent person learns to create rather than consume. They write, paint, design, solve, invent. Their loneliness becomes labor, and their labor becomes legacy. This is the hidden equation of isolation. Pain multiplied by insight equals art. Thoreau wrote, "I never found a companion that was so companionable as solitude." The intelligent eventually discover what he meant. That silence is not empty. It's full of answers waiting to be heard. Eventually, the intelligent person stops expecting the world to understand them. They stop trying to simplify themselves to fit. They realize that belonging isn't about being liked by many. It's about being known by a few and understood by oneself. Loneliness becomes solitude. Solitude becomes clarity. And clarity finally becomes freedom. In that freedom, they rediscover warmth. Not from crowds, but from purpose. They teach, write, create, heal. Their influence travels quietly, unseen but enduring. Because intelligent people were never meant to blend in. They were meant to observe, interpret, question, illuminate. Their path was never crowded. It was always meant to be quiet. So if you feel like no one truly understands you, remember, that feeling may not be a curse, but a calling. To think deeply, feel honestly, and walk your own road without apology. You are not misunderstood because you are broken. You are misunderstood because you see what others ignore. And that vision, though isolating, is the beginning of wisdom. Because the further you go inward, the more you realize you were never truly alone, only early. If this reflection resonated with you, if you saw yourself in these words, remember, you're not alone in that feeling. Your solitude has meaning. Your awareness has purpose. If you'd like to continue this journey with me, subscribe and turn on the bell icon so you'll never miss new insights about the psychology of life, love, and self-awareness. And if you'd like to support this work, leave a like or share this video with someone who might need to hear it tonight. It helps the channel grow. And it helps these ideas reach the people searching for them. Thank you for spending your time here. Until next time, take care of your mind, and it will take care of you.